The effects and impacts of the rising number of poverty in the Philippines. Poverty is a state or condition in which a person or community lacks the financial resources and essentials for a minimum standard of living. Poverty means that the income level for employment is so low that basic human needs can't be met. This is one of the major problems that our country is facing up until now. Before the pandemic was discovered, poverty was already present. Filipinos are having a hard time keeping on living in very difficult events that causes them to endure the agony. There's a lot of causes and effects why many Filipinos are still suffering from this misery. Poverty is one of the issues that our country is dealing up until now. It is when you don't have enough money to meet your essential demands. How long should we live in this kind of life? Do we deserve this? Every year that has passed is equivalent to a higher number of poor people and more suffering. Government is still dealing with the significant levels of poverty and hunger among its inhabitants. Despite years of acknowledging poverty as a key development, concerned in devising numerous policies and programs to address it. Long and sustained periods of extreme poverty can stymie a country's progress since poverty is a drag on economic growth. Aside from the modest reduction in poverty, there has been uneven progress in tackling human development issues, particularly in education and health. Data indicates that 16.6% of the population of the Philippines, or about 17.6 million people, live under the poverty line. Those who reside in rural areas have much higher chance of experiencing poverty, with nearly one-third of those under the poverty line working as farmers. As of 2019, 64% of Filipino homes are food insecure, with 2 out of every 10 children under the age of 5 being underweight. The COVID-19 problem has had a significant impact on all sectors of life in the Philippines, including food access. According to a survey published in May 2020, 4.2 million families were experiencing involuntary hunger, up to 1.2 million in December 2019. This is most likely owing to the economic damage and financial problems that many countries have faced since the outbreak.
Philippines is one of the countries that experience rapid population growth compared to the other countries in the region. It is one of the most pressing environmental and social issues because it leads to many complications like hunger, population, and habitat loss. It is when you don't have enough money to meet your essential demands. Each family's incomes depend whether they are poor, and it varies by area. It is best defined by societal circumstances such as a lack of food, clothing, or shelter. Based on World Population Review, the Philippines is about 110 million people with about 2 million people added to the population every year, so expect to double it about 40 years. Our country ranked number 13 with the most population around the world in the year 2021. Poverty in the Philippines is also caused by a lack of knowledge. Indicate family money is one of the reasons why people do not complete their education. Limited funding and a lack of school facilities are some reasons why people do not get the opportunity to earn their diploma. Those who live in the highlands are disproportionately affected by this circumstance because schools are located miles away. As of 2015, about 58% of poor households have more than 6 members. According to the figures from the Department of Education and the National Statistic Coordination Board in the Philippines, 1 in 6 Filipino kids will not attend school. Further, only 7 out of 10 kids will complete elementary school. This fact has proven to be the major contributing factor to the lack of education in the Philippines. The Philippines has relatively high poverty rate, with more than 16% of the population living in poverty because of the large number of individuals who rely on agriculture for living and the discrepancy in wealth distribution. Around 17.6 million Filipinos are unable to buy basic essentials. Poverty fell from 21.6% to 16.6% between 2015 and 2020. President Rodrigo Duterte of the Philippines wants to eliminate poverty to 14% by 2022. The Philippines government plans to eradicate extreme poverty by 2040. Furthermore, the government has implemented various programs and reforms to reduce poverty by targeting education, healthcare, and overall economic